talking about.
What's up, everybody? Guess I don't need to yell. Microphone's right here. Obviously, still learning this shit. We're in the Midtown studio. Classy, ripped off wallpaper here, but we do have a light, so that's cool. Got a logo, got a flag, all cool stuff. And more importantly, we got my brother, Jacob, here.
Is this the first video?
Yeah. This is going
This is the maiden voyage.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Right on.
Yeah, this is happening.
I just showed up. I didn't know what we were doing.
This is going on our Double Edge YouTube page.
Okay.
Yep. Because of the nature of uploading to YouTube, once we're done with this video, the probability of it uploading anytime in the next 3 weeks is very low because it takes forever. But you guys will get it soon. All right. So, owners of the gym here, ultimately responsible for everything that happens, both positive and negative around here. And we feel that it's important to come into our state-of-the-art studio, have a conversation about, last few years, where we're going, what we're thinking, what our brains are doing. One thing I realized over the last year was, last few years, since coaching group classes, my classes, I see these people all the time. They get to talk to me, they get to talk to you. And, they typically know everything that's going on. But our communication hasn't always been the best across all of our membership base, our whole community, all of our coaches. So in 2024, I've said this already, one of the goals for me personally is to be more active in that shithole known as Instagram.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I've channeled my energy into communicating with members, and that is my sole focus on Instagram. And I don't care about how beautiful the production is. I'm just really trying to focus on extending me, the coach, in 2024 beyond my classes.
Love me a good extension.
Yeah, everybody loves a good extension. These mics are like high definition, so you get the drinking noises too, so that's cool. Scaled up the mic game. But yeah, so in short, Jake.
Derek.
We both have pretty relevant, high impact family things going on.
Yeah, I blame it on inflation.
Blame it on Joe Biden. I think most of the people probably know, bro, but tell the fam, our DE fam, what's recently developed in your life.
Well, we have a new member to the Double Edge community. Zuzu Grace Wellock. Kelsey and I
She's paying full price, by the way.
Had our baby girl December 27th, a couple weeks early. Today is she's been in the world for 1 month today. And I never thought I could love something.
Already a month.
Never thought I could love something as much as I do. And also get my ass beat as much as I am at the same time. As you can probably see, this is just a hint of all the caffeine that I've been drinking. That's probably something healthy in his bottle.
It is.
Derek's been the epitome of health and fitness, and I've been the complete opposite. Quite yin and yang here. I put out a poem today saying, roses are red, violets are blue, and I drink enough caffeine to kill a herd of caribou. Mm-hmm.
That's some Edgar Allan Poe shit right there.
Yeah. So life's been good. Learning how to survive off of 3 to 4 hours of sleep a night as a full night's sleep. So even my Whoop is not recognizing my sleep patterns very well.
It's picking up naps.
It's saying I'm sleeping more than I am, which I know is not true. I woke up today and it said I was at like 91%. I was like, that ain't fucking true at all. In the slightest, because I feel the complete opposite of that. Let's flip those numbers, 19%. So then I went into my sleep thing, and it shows that I slept like 6.5 hours, which I know for a fact is not true. So I went to bed around 2:30, 3 o'clock, got up at 4, switched with Kelsey, and then slept from 4:15 to 7:30. And I changed out my sleep patterns. My whoop edited up, and it dropped it to 15%. My actual sleep. So that's about right. But anyway, it's going great. I love it. 95% of the time, it's the most amazing thing in the world. And the other 5% of the time, I want to put my head through a wall.
Well, like I told you in that one text message you sent me, It's like, bro, that's part of the game. That's part of the game, and that's why God made babies and puppies so cute.
Yeah.
Yep.
She's my little buddy. I told her last night that she's going to be my little buddy and best friend for her entire life.
Until she starts dating.
She still will be. She just won't know that her boyfriend's houses will be burnt down.
This is great. Jake and Kelsey are keeping up the double-edged tradition of having a girl first. I don't think any coach has broke that tradition. This is me, Trent, Leo, Chris, now you.
Mm-hmm.
All girls
Tammy
first.
and JP did it backwards.
Oh, Tammy and JP. Yep.
Yeah, they went boy-girl.
Yeah. Yep. So, but yeah, big developments in their family. So if Jake's looking a little crusty under the eyes and learning the curves here.
Fly as hell. I just had a haircut done. It's quite astonishing to learn how well you can function off of essentially no sleep.
I have experienced this, and
I mean, I haven't worked out in 6 weeks. My body's killing me. My cervical neck issues. I can barely sleep. On top of the sleep that I'm already not getting. But outside of that, it's...
Man, that was an inspiring.
I know.
Yeah.
I'm just keeping it real with the people.
Yeah, keep it
real. This is the first video production.
Hey.
I'm just keeping it real, you know?
Well, to Jake's point, keeping it real, I mean, I remember going through periods when my kids were born of not working out, life kicking you upside the head. And, you know, it's really easy as a new parent, and I'm as guilty as all hell of it, your priorities shift where it's easy to forget, like, taking care of yourself. But in this acute phase of sleep adjustments, kids sleeping, it's hard. It's a period of life that I'm glad that I had, but I don't miss it.
Yeah. I try and, me and Kelsey have talked about this, you know, right now. She's only going to be this little for so long. I'm already, like, kind of sad to, like, see her, like, growing up, like me, just, like, holding her head and seeing her little chubby cheeks and stuff and knowing it's not going to be forever, even though those moments of her screaming at 2 a.m, I'm fine with not having those moments forever, but I'm enjoying the whole process.
Yep. Because it doesn't last forever.
Yeah. Yep.
Now, them keeping you up at night might. Still, last night, 2 kids in my bed.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. 1 8, one about to be 6. Crawling into bed, all 4 of us. And you know what? I had this much, and my sleep was garbage once again. But you do learn, your body does adapt. Doesn't mean it's always the healthiest way, but it gets better, bro. And like you said, this time goes by quick. Enjoy it. Mm-hmm. Try to be present in it. I say that's one of my biggest regrets is when Claire was born. I mean, I was pulled a lot of different directions during that time, and you know, I wasn't as present as I think I should have been, even though Claire came to the gym with me every day, and that was all great. I mean, she started coming to the gym with me at 6 weeks old. But, you know, it was a grind each day, and I'm not going to lie, there were moments of time, it's like, I can't wait to get past this. And then here we are 8 years later, and we're past it. So it does fly by. The time goes by, so
yeah,
cherish it.
I think I've been doing a pretty good job of that.
Yeah.
And not wanting anything to really end, even managing the rough nights. I mean, it's only been a month, which is still crazy to think about.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's already been a month.
It's already been a month, but I also feel like it's been a decade.
That's how it is. No, days go by slow, weeks and months and years go by fast. It's the best way that I can think of it. So yeah, Jacob's got a new member of the family, little baby Zuzu. If you haven't seen the movie, It's a Wonderful Life. It's an older movie. That's where her name was triggered from. I watched it for the first time this past Christmas. It is a Christmas movie. It's a great movie. It actually, me and my wife both sat on the couch crying, and it's not too often movies get me, like never, but this one got me pretty good. It's a great movie. So
it is a great movie. If you haven't seen it, highly recommend.
Yep.
The black and white version is the original one. They have a colored one, but
yeah, go old school.
Yeah.
So I know most people know my situation, and my daughter being recently diagnosed with Crohn's. We went through hell in December. I handed off the ICU to him, but we spent almost half the month in the Casa de la Renown, most expensive vacation of my life. And so her diagnosis with Crohn's ended up in emergency surgery. She had her transverse and descending colon ended up being cut out. And so that was quite the terrifying time of our life to go through that. But as of today, she's doing great, making progress, and as many of you probably know, a huge part of our household nutrition, specific to nutrition changes, it's been pretty dramatic. And it's not, when I tell people, like, we lived a pretty healthy lifestyle, but it's amazing how much healthier you can get. And that's what we did. I mean, we went from a healthy lifestyle to perfect. And according to Stanford doctors that we met with this last week, we need to keep it going for the rest of our life. So that's where we're at. I'm cool with it. It's quite a bit of work in the preparation department, and the wife's crushing that world extremely well. But
kids seem like they're doing great too. I mean,
kids are doing well.
Stuff you've been posting.
Yeah.
The kids look like they're enjoying their healthy meals and stuff.
Yeah, to be honest, like, they've been really receptive and open-minded, trying new things, and the whole family is on the same boat with this. And I think that's important with any lifestyle change, that your whole household is the most powerful tool you have when it comes to making long-term lifestyle changes. And I think the kids seeing me and mom not just doing it, but enthusiastic about it. I think kids pick up on enthusiasm. I really think it matters. And we are very enthusiastic about it and excited about, the food and the prep and everything goes into that. Only not frustrating, but they have the snacks and stuff at school, which end up they can't have it. So that has been one area of a little bit of challenge. But Claire the other day is kid's birthday, and she just said, "I can't have it. It'll hurt my belly." And no stress or being upset about it. So yeah, Claire's new deal, being diagnosed with Crohn's, has taken our family for a little bit of a ride. And one of the big deals with us and my wife and Claire is we want to be pretty transparent about her story, what we're doing with her health, our health, in regards to all this and autoimmune in general. Because recently, I mean, I've learned a lot of people struggle with autoimmune stuff. And also, there's not much out there when it comes to kids and parents working through these situations. A lot of adult content out there. There's a lot of adult influencers out there in this space. There's not much out there when it comes to children. And I understand why. It's hard to put your child out there like that. Yeah. And, we go back and forth on it, but our responsibilities as my wife being a healthcare provider, doing internal medicine, and then myself being a fitness coach. And I think it's important for us, we have not an obligation, but a purpose within what's going on in our life to help others live a healthier life and to hopefully potentially avoid having any of these issues. A lot of get complacent with raising our kids, to jump to the easy thing, to jump to the quick thing. Oh, my kids don't like that, so they kind of get whatever they want. I know that, I mean, we're guilty of it too in the past. You know, the wife and I will eat something different than the kids get. You know, they get dino nuggets. We have, you know, healthy steak, chicken, vegetables, and whatnot. And we had to change that as a family. So if there's any inspiration that comes from for a family unit to evolve their health and wellness going forward, with our new position that we've been put into, we're hoping to turn that into a positive and also use that to inspire, educate people going forward. So that's kind of the new personal developments in both of our lives here. We really try not to let personal life affect our work life and what goes on inside the walls of the community. But we're also a close, tight-knit community, and you know, if one of us is carrying around an extra stress, extra burden, or extra fatigue and tired, we are aware how that can affect the people around us, and we are in a position of coaching, inspiring, and we do our best. But this is just, I think it's okay for us to be transparent about that. So going forward in 2024, me and you have talked about how shitty we are at consistency when it comes to doing these kinds of things. And we want to change that.
Yeah, consistency and communication has been something that, you know, the people really know me for being great at.
Well, Jacob's problem is perfection. He struggles with when he knows the product can be better, do we put it out when it's not perfect?
Yeah.
So that's been, you know, we get tripped up in needing the best situation, the best lighting, the best content, the best whatever, and then nothing happens. And we're both pretty guilty of that.
Mm-hmm.
And
true.
what I've come to learn just coaching people is this could be complete false information here. But I tend to believe that the people that have been coming to my classes for quite a few years now, I think they like me. And who I am, me for who I am. I mean, I'm the same guy in class as I am on camera and on the mics, and you know, and I feel that a lot of people have voiced to me that they get value out of my coaching, they enjoy it, and that's just something I want to expand beyond the few classes that I coach, and I want all of our coaches to be able to share their knowledge and share things they're learning, doing, going forward. But I mean, especially me and you, we've been at this a long time.
Yeah, I was talking with class yesterday about the open and how I think the repeat workout this year is going to be 13.1. And it's the open workout that we did at UNR together. It was my first open workout.
It snatches, doesn't it?
Yeah, burpees and snatches. Yeah, that one hurt a lot. Because they keep bringing it up. Right. It was like the first live open announcement they did. And so I think they're going to repeat that one. But I was thinking that was back in 2013, and it's 2024 now. So just been doing the CrossFit thing alone for 11 years.
Yeah.
So we have been at it quite a while. Learned a lot. Been through a lot. But nothing that I would change. Sounds corny and cliche as hell, but it's kind of got me to where I'm at right now. Which is not saying a whole lot for me physically because I'm a disaster. But it's all part of the growth process of my journey, and I'm ultimately in control of all my choices and decisions, and I know that these things will grow me into the man that God designed me to be. I just need to sometimes pull my head out of my ass and focus on being the best version of myself is through my own choices and actions. So it's going to take time. It's going to take consistency. It's going to take action. Hence our little setup in here. It's not a, production setup, but it is a step in the right direction. So
this is production.
Like
I spend a lot of time.
Yourself.
No, mics. I got a camera.
Oh. Talking about yourself. This is a production. Yeah, you could say that too.
I mean, I'm not that conceited, but
that's right.
To his point, we don't have we actually do have the state-of-the-art equipment, but it's hard to travel it around. It's hard to move it around and use it consistently. So we're using some other simpler things here, such as an iPhone and some lavalier mics that I picked up. But the goal is, me personally, I don't know about y'all. I mean, some of you are probably in the media space and understand it better, but I don't necessarily always look at somebody's content and am like, homeboy's lighting sucks. Can't watch this crap. The big thing for me was to figure out sound, that we get some clear audio, because the first few videos that I did was the audio was absolutely atrocious. So decent sound, and then consistency, and you guys letting us know what you want to learn helps guide us in what we talk about and research and do is a big deal there. Going forward, I think gym wise, we're both, we're not in the same CrossFit spirit as we were in our early 20s, me early 30s, as far as competing at CrossFit, trying to make it to regionals.
Yeah.
But I think about this a lot, and I think you do too. I'm still a massive believer in the style of training, in the way we program, the way we implement training.
The foundation of the training and everything that we've developed should stay and will stay for a very long period of time. I think it is a lot of competitive people in the CrossFit space getting caught up in the idea of things being sexy and creative rather than being effective. And I think we've learned a lot of ways, worked with a lot of people, and experienced a lot. I mean, that's one thing, what we're saying, being in this space for as long as we have a lot of experience over a lot of people just because we have time and the space. I mean, like I said, CrossFit alone, we're on 11, 12 years. That doesn't include the other fitness journeys that we've done.
5 years before that.
So we know, we have a pretty good understanding of what works, what really doesn't work, what we believe in. Not everyone has to believe in what we believe in, but we believe in, sounds redundant, we believe in what we believe in because we know that it works and it is effective. But being caught up in that competitive environment when we were younger, I think it's just because it's something new and exciting, and trying to keep that thrill of exciting and sexy is like, it doesn't always need to be sexy and exciting for it to be effective. I mean, in defining what is effective, being able to go through your day-to-day feeling good, happy, and healthy is kind of the goal. Just kind of the opposite of where I am. I'm happy. Don't get me wrong. Is my body healthy right now? It don't feel that way. You guys ever seen that scene in like Predator where the Predator like pulls a dude's head off and the spine comes out with it? Like, I kind of like need that to happen to me, but then a new one to be put back in.
That could happen someday.
That's how I feel. But that's through a bunch of other shit. I know I'm kind of trailing off, but I see our training and what we do here going on for as long as we're around because we know it works. It's the discipline for people to commit to something that is more on the basic side and being consistent with it. Like we talked about, this consistency in content creation. You need to be consistent in doing some of the mundane stuff because the magic is found in the basics. I think when you start doing things that are flashy, and you don't see results after a while, then you move on to the next thing. And I think that's kind of indicative of Western society. I mean, just, this might be a terrible example, but like divorce rates. I mean, no one really commits to their significant other for their whole life. I mean, the divorce rate in this country alone is like fucking, I think it's like 70% or some bullshit.
I think it's over 50%.
It's something crazy. It's because you get bored and tired of something. You want to move on to the next thing. You stay disciplined in one area of your life, and that's really what's going to reap the ultimate rewards for you. Is your consistency with the mundane, and the discipline there will allow you to do the cool big shit. Trying to constantly chase the cool big shit is going to leave you stuck doing
We're on a hamster wheel.
living a boring life because you're never going to get better.
Yeah. So, what I'm getting at with this is, it seems all industries have cycles of time. It's just like there's this style of training, there's this style of training, all this comes up. And when I look at it as a whole, there's principles that simply don't change. The body's energy systems do not change. The best way to train them for longevity with a 1 hour per day training budget of time, I simply, being the devil's advocate, we're business, so obviously always thinking of, what are competitors doing, what's the new stuff in the industry, what are people focusing on. And when it comes to the science of training, this style of training has produced more positive results for metabolic general physical preparedness than any style of training that I could see. Now, that doesn't mean there aren't other fit, healthy people out there doing things non-CrossFit style, and there are. But when it comes to 1 hour per day, that's what you get. And to keep it consistent, I simply can't come up with a better product offering than what we do. And a big component of that is the community. People training together, people working together, and supporting each other in that community group environment is one of the biggest things that has, and I'm going to come around full circle here, pulled me out of my darkest times. I've posted pictures of me gaining weight, not feeling good, going through pretty rough times in our journey of health and fitness. And it comes back to the community component. I don't know what I would be like if I wasn't in this community and around these people day in, day out. I can only let myself slip so far away before there's a pull back. And there's this quote that you are the average of the 5 people you surround yourself with. And I think within our community and our style of training, we're literally around the best people all day long.
Yeah,
the best.
I agree with that.
And, I think going forward in 2024, something that's important for both of us is to really highlight the community as a whole, our classes, our people, our coaches, because they're the ones that are the true inspirations out there. They got full-time jobs, kids, all kinds of life stressors, and they show up and they truly, our goal is to facilitate, but they truly make this the best hour of the day. And with that, they're able to keep it consistent. And when you can keep any fitness program consistent for a long enough time, it becomes a successful fitness program most of the time. The way some people train, they don't necessarily get it. But I will say, if you're consistent with your training, you're going to make positive progress. And I think our recipe to consistency is not just our programming and the way we train and coach, but it's the way our community is built and the support that's built within that. As far as our ability, we have members here. Like, you literally just now showed pictures of your kid to one of your first personal training clients 15 years ago, 14 years ago.
Yeah.
That is the depth of our community. I still got clients that have been with me since 16, 17 years. It's been a long time. I don't even know, something like that, and have been with me, training with me for that long. We got members in our class. I have people in a 5 a.m. class that have been with us 10 years, 10 plus years.
Mm-hmm.
No, 12 years, because some of them started with us previous gym.
Yep.
And been here the entire time.
Yeah.
And I look at the health and the state of health that people who have been consistent with us they're in the top 1% of society. And we compete against ourselves to be better, but the reality is our health as a facility, hands down, it's phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal. So, recap a little bit. Jake and I have had some life events with our families. We're fired up, pumped up about 2024. Pushing forward there. We are going to make it a personal goal and endeavor to be consistent in coaching across all the capabilities of modern technology, and, you know, educating and maybe making you guys laugh a little bit, think a little bit, and yeah, you got anything exciting that you want to?
No, I mean, I think a big part of this year is just putting out information, content, highlights. I mean, we might only get like 10 views on this video.
Don't matter.
Right? But we gotta, I think, just consistently put in the mundane, consistent work on the digital side of things, just like you would your fitness, to be successful, to really ultimately show whoever's watching this the passion behind what we do here at Double Edge, our coaching, the facility, or most importantly, our community of people that are here, to exemplify what a happy and healthy life really looks like, and to showcase that through mediums such as video, writing, blog posts, stuff like that. So something I'm really passionate about is creation.
Like Jesus too.
Like create like pictures, video, writing. I'm really passionate about writing, but things that I'm really passionate about these things, but not clearly haven't been passionate enough about to actually create a product and put it out there. So one of my personal goals is just to execute on the mundane, so much so that the mundane ultimately turns into that consistent content machine that is constantly putting out high value items and things for our community of people, and in turn helping me fulfill a purpose, me creating a purpose for myself to help others, because I believe that we're called for servitude. So if being in this day and age and social media and this digital economy that we're in is going to help facilitate that, then that's exactly what we need to do. So that's my big goal for this year.
Yep. And
hopefully learn some shit about healing up my spine, because this shit hurts. Just sitting here breathing hurts. So.
Which part of your spine?
My neck to my mid back. My fusions and stuff.
I'm gonna have to put them in the cold plunge.
Yeah,
we can
unfuse the fusions.
No, this is what we do. We hook them up to that machine Chris got in, and we do the Russian chiropractic method.
Yeah, I'm up for anything at this point.
I don't know if you guys saw that on my Instagram this morning, but Russian chiropractic method, they basically, it probably has to be a joke, but they put a rope, hands and ankles, bunch of weight on each end, and they drop the weight and it yanks you all 4 directions at once. And that can fix you.
How does it happen 4 directions at once?
There's a rope with weight on each end that literally they yank.
Are you on a table?
Yeah, you're laying on a table. They tie your ankles and hands up with a bunch of weight on each end, and then they pull the pins out of the weights, and it drops and just slams and rips you apart.
Nice.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
I guess
good.
yeah. So when I saw that,
it works. I'm down.
Chris got this machine today that might be
like
able
a time machine.
The votes have been some kind of crazy fitness machine, but I think number 1, people think it's a sex table.
Well, this gym used to be a lingerie shop before.
Porn shop. Yep, they had all kinds of stuff here. So yeah, if you guys in our community, beyond our community, don't really care, if you have questions, things you want to learn, stuff you want to know more about, or confirmations on things, hit the comments up if you want. Best way, you can shoot us an email, text message. You can text message the gym number, and that works. You can slide into those DMs tell us in class. The goal is to help you guys out with our knowledge and our ability. And I enjoy, researching these health things and finding relevant information for you. So I will happily answer those questions to the best of my abilities. And so coming up next, probably maybe next week, Coach Jess, Dr. Rimke, PhD. She can't save your life. Well, she can through fitness, long game, get you super healthy. But Dr. Rimke is going to do a research review with me on some current research on metabolism and muscle development. And we're also going to talk women and physique and all things of that. She's very smart, very experienced in that world. She definitely loves research, and she's going to be presenting, and we're going to talk about some current research that's come out that's pretty phenomenal. So hope you guys will tune into that one, and I think we're going to record that next Wednesday. Me and her have to schedule it, but that's the plan, is to Content Wednesdays, Education Wednesdays, and we create and inspire y'all. So that'll be the next video that comes out, is with Coach Jess talking about all things smart stuff with science.
Right on.
All right, party people. You know the drill. I get up here, I shut it off, and I post it raw.